I just tried living in the Philippines for a full month in 3 different destinations, and in this video I will tell you all my thoughts, how was it, if I would see myself living in the Philippines long term, and if I would recommend it for you for long stay or even moving to the Philippines. And I'm a digital nomad living in Southeast Asia, mostly in Bali for the last 2 years. So I had high hopes for Philippines. Maybe it would be already a nice destination to stay long term. I already had one holiday in the Philippines 4 years ago and I loved it. Like, the country is just really awesome and the people are the nicest. So I was so excited to see if I would see myself living long term in the Philippines as a digital nomad. But yeah, so let's go through the reality of living in the Philippines in my opinion in this video. So the first destination I went to was Manila, the capital of the Philippines, and I stayed in Makati area because I knew that's where many foreigners stay. It's a little bit more modern and safe. A nicer place to say Manila, but there's some other areas also I heard. But anyway, I was really impressed by Makati. It was actually really nice. It's so beautiful. There's so much greenery outside and it's really modern and it's just really nice city. I actually was so surprised because I visited many of the big cities in Southeast Asia and at least the Makati area in Manila was probably the nicest looking city I've seen ever. And of course there's many benefits with big cities, like there's good internet, there's lots of options for food, for accommodation. I stayed in a pretty nice apartment building and it was quite good price. I heard it's only $400 per month if you rent it monthly. So what I would say about Makati, that can be quite comfortable to stay there. It's all the conveniences you need is there. And Makati was a little bit more expensive than the other places I tried in the Philippines, but the cost of living still was quite nice. I think you can live quite comfortably with like $1,000 to $1,500 per month, so it's pretty nice. But more about the cost of living in the Philippines later in the video. If you like to stay in a big city, then yeah, Makati, I think it's pretty good place to stay. But for me, the problem was that I don't really like to stay in a big city without a beach. But the good thing about Philippines is that there's so many islands you can visit easily from Manila. The flights are quite affordable, like $30 to $60 one-way flights, and it's so quick, like 1 hour, 2 hours to all of the islands. So there's so much to see. So I can imagine even living in Manila, it can be quite amazing to stay there and then quite often do trips to the different islands in the Philippines. So you can see so much, but also have a comfortable city to live in. And the next destination I went was Boracay, and it's really famous island for holidays, and it was really beautiful. The beach is really awesome, the water is so blue, the sunsets are so amazing, and it's pretty awesome place to have a holiday. But yeah, very touristic, and it's quite small, but there's many options for restaurants and cafes, and there's all the conveniences you need. There's big supermarket, there's pharmacies and everything. So basically you could even stay long term in Boracay, but yeah, it didn't really have the vibe of like there's no digital nomads or like community or anything like that. It's mostly for tourists, so yeah, I wouldn't stay there long term. But one of these amazing islands you can visit from Manila, so for that it's pretty perfect. But my third destination in the Philippines I was the most excited about, because on paper it seems like it's a perfect place to live in the Philippines, and 4 years ago I visited this island and I actually met many people who lived there long term. So I was really looking forward to it and trying if I could live there, because it just seems to have everything you need for a nice place to stay long term. But the reality was a little bit different than that. So the third island was Siargao. I don't know if you heard about this island. It's becoming quite famous already because it's really beautiful. There's so much to explore there. Is for a holiday it's a pretty perfect place to travel because there's so much to see, there's so many people to meet. It's the easiest place to meet people. I would recommend for solo travelers, like Siargao is the best place to go, or even if you're moving to the Philippines, Siargao is a really nice place to have a community and make lots of new friends and just have a nice lifestyle. And it's still quite small, so it's not too touristic, there's not too many people, the traffic is not bad at all, it's really chill. So yeah, it seems like it's pretty perfect because it's like you can even surf there. For me, surfing is important because I love to surf, so there's pretty much everything you need in Siargao. Like there's also nice food, there's nice accommodation, and I stayed 2.5 weeks in Siargao, and after that I can say that it has the potential to be one of the best places to live and stay long term. But right now there are some issues that is just a little bit difficult, and for me the biggest one was the internet, and they're actually trying to improve that. A lot of hostels already got a Starlink, so the Wi-Fi is a little bit better there and more stable, but it's still really slow. And generally in the island the Wi-Fi is absolutely terrible. It's so slow, it's so unreliable, and also the mobile data sometimes just doesn't work at all and sometimes works a little bit, and it's just really slow. So it's really hard if you need to work in Siargao. And honestly I don't need Wi-Fi that much when I work, but in the Siargao it was a little bit hard, it was difficult, because even like little things sometimes you need to check online, just one little thing, but then you need to wait like 5 minutes for that little thing to load, so it's a little bit annoying sometimes. So long-term living, I'm not sure if I'm ready still to go to Siargao just because of this issue. But also what I noticed after living so long in Canggu in Bali, that has so many cafes, so many activities, so many gyms, and like anything you need you have, and also surfing, and also a nice vibe. Comparing to that, Siargao is still a little bit too small, like there's not so many food options. You can order food using this one website, but still there's only few options. And especially for me being vegan, the food options are not unlimited, like there's only few options. So it starts to get a little bit boring fast, but also like there's some benefits of Siargao that I haven't seen anywhere else in Thailand, in Bali, or anywhere, that the community is just the best ever. Like there's people always doing something, exploring or doing activities, and asking people to join, and it's the easiest place to meet people. I met so many friends in these few weeks already, and it's also so beautiful, and also the surfing is really nice in Siargao. And getting a visa to Philippines is actually really easy. You can get 30 days visa on arrival for free, so you can just arrive to the Philippines and all done. And it's also extendable up to 6 months, and it's around $100 per month to extend, so you need to extend it every month in an immigration office. So it's quite easy to have a long stay in the Philippines, and of course there's many other visa options, but I'm not an expert on those. And what about cost of living in Siargao? I would say that it's really good value for money. It's not as affordable as Bali can be, but also in Siargao you can live really cheaply if you want to stay in a local accommodation, eat local food, so it can be really affordable. So I think you basically could live even with like $600 to $1,000 per month. But the way I like to live, staying in comfortable accommodation, eating good food, and doing all the kind of activities, and going to have a massage every now and then, and having a nice lifestyle, it would cost around $1,500 per month. But this is really awesome lifestyle, so it's really good value for money, enjoying the life to the fullest. But yeah, you already heard about the negatives also. So yeah, there's many benefits of living in the Philippines, having so many islands easily accessible, and exploring the whole country. But also in Siargao there's many benefits of it's just a unique place to meet people and have an awesome lifestyle or awesome travels. But after a month, I would say that for some people maybe Philippines is the best place already, but for me it has the potential, but I'm not ready yet. I would probably move to Siargao maybe 1 year if they improve a little bit the internet and a little bit better accommodation options, something that is more comfortable. It's still a little bit hard to find something that is good price and really comfortable in Siargao. So if they improve some things, a little bit more cafes, a little bit more developed, maybe I would see myself actually living there, preferring that over Bali, maybe 1 year. But for now, I would say still Bali is quite the best place to stay long term. Anyway, feel free to ask any questions down below. I will be answering to everybody, and subscribe if you like these videos, and like this video if you like the video, and see you next week.